Oh my gosh, we're starting over. Hey guys, it's Danny Bell. How are y'all doing today? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm so glad you're here to join us because we're restarting our island. I am so excited, you guys, because it's been so long since we have actually restarted the Animal Crossing journey together here on the channel. It's been a while since we've seen Timmy and Tommy here at the front desk. I just think they're so adorable. What do you guys think? I think that it's one of my favorite parts of the nostalgia of restarting the island. So we're gonna go ahead and get going and kind of restart this process. And yeah, so what have you guys been up to this summer? I have had a lot of fun finishing up Everbell. If you missed that series, please check it out. We did a 90s style kidcore island. It was a lot of fun, very colorful. We're kind of gonna go in a different direction this time, and as we get this new island started, I'll be sure to reveal to you guys what we're gonna do for the new island theme this time around. So we're gonna go ahead and get our name put in, and yeah, really excited to see. Let's talk a little bit about planning and island stuff, what we kind of hope for when we drop into this new space. What do you guys like to do for when you start a new island? Let me know in the comments. I feel like I'm not super picky for as far as like the shape and everything of the islands, but I'm really hopeful we'll get a decent airport color, honestly, to go with the aesthetic of the island. Let's go ahead and pick our character hairdo. Oh my gosh, check us out, guys. We're like total noobs. Look at the noob hair. We definitely need to work on this. Yes, look at us, our eyes, everything. We're back to ourselves. The hair needs a little bit of work, but that's okay. We can't unlock our actual hairdo for a little while. So we're gonna start with this cute little bob. I'm kind of loving this. It's kind of got a little bit of a Barbie look to it. I love it. Speaking of Barbie, the new movie's gonna come out soon. I really do hope I get a chance to go see that movie because I'm definitely a Barbie fan, have been for my whole life, so. All right, so let's talk a little bit about maps. Seriously, guys, I'm so excited. Like I said, I'm not super picky with maps, but I do hope that we get kind of a cozy color for the airport. I know that the airport colors don't really matter quite as much as they used to. If you guys remember back in the very beginning of the game launch, it was like super clutch what color airport you got because that determined what color lampposts you got. A lot of the Nook Miles items in the coloration were determined by the airport color. And now that we have the ability to recustomize those items at Harv's Island, I feel like it's not quite as important what color airport you get, just mostly that it matches the aesthetic of whatever style island you're going for. So like for instance, anyone that's doing a Tropicore island, you might want to get like a bright orange or green style airport. If you're doing maybe something that's more of like a coastal theme island, you might want the blue. So as far as that goes, I'm really kind of hoping that we get a yellow airport or an orange airport. It will definitely go with the aesthetic that we're looking to do. I for sure want to do a fall style island this time around since we're going into the fall season. Ooh, okay, let's take a look. So we have a few options. Map number 1 is looking pretty cute. I don't really like this one because I don't like the double river mouth, so we're gonna pass. Island number 2, I'm loving the really large peninsula on this one, and I like how the rivers are on opposite sides of the map, and I really like how the airport's lined up with resident services. 3, not really liking 3. I really like the plaza being lined up with the airport. How do you guys feel about that? I just think it makes it a little easier to plan. This one is clutch. I really like how the airport's lined up with resident services. The rivers are kind of on opposite sides, but the peninsula was kind of small if you noticed on that one. So I think of the 4 options, I'm kind of leaning towards either number 2 because it had the nice big peninsula and the opposite rivers, and the airport was lined up with the resident services, or I'm thinking maybe number 4 because resident services was lined up with the airport, but it has a smaller peninsula. So I guess of the 4, I mean, we can always re-roll, to be honest. It's going to sort of depend on what color airport we get, just for aesthetic purposes. But I feel like terraforming wise, we can sort of roll with what we have. Once we unlock terraforming, I feel like I'm pretty flexible. We can just chop down whatever we don't want. So let's go with number 2. I think number 2 is going to be a really great option just because I like the vast peninsula it has. I like the fact that resident services is in line with the airport. I think it just makes creating a really nice grand entrance a little bit easier, personally. I think that as far as my design style goes, I tend to do a little bit better when the airport is lined up with resident services. So let's go with this one. We're gonna cross our fingers and hope that we get a really stellar airport. As far as fruit goes, hopes and dreams, I hope that we either get pears or apples. I think that apples would be really cute for fall. But yeah, let's hop on the plane and see what we get. I'm so excited. Here we go, guys. This is always my favorite part. We're going to skip the trailer. We're going to skip it. What are we going to get? I'm so excited. Here we go. Oh my gosh. I get so excited. It doesn't matter how many times I play this game. I get just as excited every time we get on the plane. I'm so excited. I really hope we get some cute villagers too. Like nobody with angry eyes because... Oh my gosh! Y'all, we got apples! Stop. Oh my gosh, we got apples. Okay, that's super awesome. I'm really excited about that. Oh, look how cute. I love the way the apples look on the trees. Okay, next, let's see the airport. Fingers crossed. Yes, it's yellow. Oh my gosh, we're so lucky. I can't even. With the first roll, we got the yellow airport and we got apples. Okay, this is shaping up to be pretty stellar so far. Oh my gosh. I just love Timmy and Tommy. How cute are they? Okay, this is looking pretty good so far. And who are our villagers? We have a kangaroo. Okay, she's not going to stay, but that's okay. And who's this other guy? He's a hippopotamus. He's a jock, obviously, because we always get a sisterly and a jock. But who is this? I don't think I've ever seen him. Oh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Like, did you see that? Wait, hold up a second. You guys, we're gonna hang back a second. That was creeping me out, like for real. I think we're gonna hang back because I don't like the way that he looked at us. Yeah, I don't like him, but I really don't want to have to restart. Like, I feel like there are definitely some pluses to restarting and re-rolling, but the fact that we got a yellow airport on the first roll and we got apples, I think we're gonna stick with what we have, just knowing that this villager with the angry eyes is definitely not gonna be a villager that we stick with. I mean, I feel like I don't really mind the starters. It's always really great when you can get a couple of starters that are keepers. I know I got super lucky the very first time I played. I ended up, I think, getting Bam, and I think it was a frog villager, the purple frog. I forget her name. But anyways, I feel like you can get pretty lucky and get some really great villagers, but yeah, neither of these two are going to be staying. How cute, though. I love this little rustic plaza. I really kind of secretly wish that we could keep this dirt plaza, especially when you're doing a theme that's a little bit more naturey or relaxed. I think that this old-fashioned plaza would be actually really amazing to keep, especially with the little tent. I love the little resident services tent with the little light. The little homemade fashioned light. It's just kind of precious, honestly, but... Okay, so we're going to do a few little tasks, and I kind of want to check out what sort of flowers we got for the island as well. I know these are things that I feel like we all used to get super excited about back at the beginning of the game because it is fun, and now that we have all kind of learned, and there's just so many wonderful communities out in the Animal Crossing world where we all share flowers and share items with each other, which is just fantastic. It makes the game a lot more fun. Cataloging items and sharing recipes and things like that, but honestly, like nowadays we can sort of make it all work by re-customizing colors on things and collecting and re-cataloging things, but yeah, it's still fun in the very beginning, kind of getting all the things. All right, let's find a place for our tent. We're gonna put everything on the beach. That's how I like to do things. I think it does make it a little bit easier, especially if you have kind of a way that you plan out your island. I find it easier to put my tent and as many of the houses and buildings as possible on the beach. Just sort of keeps everything out of the way and makes it easier when you're terraforming especially. And then I like to, I don't know about you guys, how do you plan out your islands? I tend to start usually in the front of the island or with bigger builds and work my way out in sort of a wagon wheel shape. Usually I'll start either with the biggest build on the island or from the plaza or resident services in the entrance and work my way out just to make sure I have enough space on the island. It just makes it a lot easier with all the buildings sort of out of the way. Look at these cute little apples. I totally love this. Something about the charm of this game in the beginning, it just makes me smile so much. I feel like this is for sure the way that this game has kind of kept itself going all these years, even though it's 3 years old already. It's hard to believe. Okay, we're gonna need to get, I think, some sticks and probably help the other villagers find a house, although I'm really hesitant to have to go talk to that one fellow who is looking at us eerily. That was disconcerting. Don't really want to go talk to him, but we're gonna have to at some point. So, all right, let's see. So we're gonna need some sticks, and then I think we're gonna have to gather at least a few apples to get ourselves a drink. Let's talk a little bit about themes. So I think what we want to do for this island, I'm hoping, I did get some really fantastic feedback from you guys, so I really appreciate all of you who reached out either through message, on Instagram. By the way, you can find me on Instagram at Peppy Crossing Play. I always love hearing from you guys. It's just been so great getting to know each of you and bouncing around ideas and coming up with ideas for builds and themes. So yeah, thank you, by the way, for that. We're going to get Sylvia, we're going to get her house kit, and we're going to go ahead and place her on the beach next to us so that we can kind of keep everything over on the beach area. But yeah, I'm thinking for this island, we're definitely going to do fall theme, and we'll kind of go over the details of how we want to do this as we kind of put her stuff over here. Let's go put her house over here first. She's so cute. I actually really like her. I've never done an island, I think, where I've had a kangaroo on the island, but I think it would be kind of fun. They have like their little baby with them. It's kind of adorable. Kind of creepy, but kind of adorable at the same time. Not sure which. I'm undecided. All right, let's see. We're going to put her tent here, and then we'll go help out What's-His-Face. Maybe we'll put her next to us. Maybe that would be better. I feel like it's better to keep everybody close together. Put her over here. Who did you guys have last time you restarted the game? Let me know in the comments who you got for your starter villagers, and who did you end up keeping them, or did you let them leave? I'm curious because it's pretty rare, I feel like, to end up keeping your starters. At least it has been for me. I feel like most of the time I do eventually let them leave. Maybe they'll stay for a while just because I feel like the friendship levels do tend to get a little bit higher with the starter villagers, but most of the time I feel like they're not generally villagers I tend to keep. For some reason, they tend to be ones that I'm not particularly fond of. I don't know. Not generally a fan of the starters that I get. Oh gosh. Oh, Biff. Oh. Well, at least he's kind of friendly. He gave us a little smile. Maybe he's not so bad after all. Maybe I just need to give him a little chance. He is a jock type, so, you know, maybe he's yeah. Okay, we'll pick a spot for you, buddy. He's kind of sweet. Okay, we'll give him a chance. I'm not going to be mean to Biff. We'll give him a shot. I think maybe it's just he's got such a strong brow. Maybe we just got off on the wrong foot. Okay, we're going to take your little tent, buddy, and put it over here. Put it over on the beach. But you know what? We're going to give you a little space. Maybe not right next door to our tent. We're going to put you we're going to put you on the other side of Sylvia. We're going to give you a little extra space over here just for safety's sake. Let's see here how it looks. It doesn't really matter to me quite as much how their tents look because they'll definitely be moving later. Yes, love it, love it. I love this initial gameplay. I just think it's super cute. All right, got that set. Now let's head over. I think we're gonna actually go back to the bonfire area. Tom Nook's a little bossy in this part of the game, I feel like. All right, let's see. I think we need to gather some sticks. We're going to be doing our bonfire here and naming the island. I'm really excited. So one of the things that we always do on the channel is I've been known to put Belle after the island names. It's just been a quirky thing that we've been doing here on the channel since the beginning. So we'll have to come up with something cute, very fall-like here once we get the bonfire going for the island. Definitely something fall themed that will go with the theme on the island once we get there. But one of the things I wanted to ask you guys and get a little bit of feedback from y'all is what sort of format do you enjoy most on the channel? I will be putting out a survey on the community tab here soon going forward on the channel. I really enjoy doing a ton of island tours here on the channel to showcase what y'all have been up to on your islands, but pertaining to this island journey, do you enjoy the build videos on the channel? Do you enjoy seeing updates periodically on the progress of the island? Do you enjoy the villager hunts? What do you enjoy most about the island journey itself? And what would you predominantly like to see videos of on this new island series on the channel? Because I do aim to please, and I want to show you guys what you enjoy seeing on this island journey. So let me know in the comments and be looking out for the community tab. I'll be putting out a little poll. Please check it out and vote. I want to put out content that you all enjoy here on the channel. So just looking to get a little bit of information from you on what you would like to see going forward on this particular series for our new island. All right, so we're gonna grab some sticks and put this little bonfire together here and get a name for our island as we kind of go. And I'm trying to kind of grab a little bit of a peek. It's kind of hard without having any of the tools yet, but I want to see what flowers we got for this island. What did we get? You guys see it yet up on the cliffs? It's hard to tell. Usually on the back cliffs, you can kind of get an idea of what flowers we got. Can't really tell yet. Maybe as we kind of go over towards the back, we can get a sneak peek of what they are. I secretly kind of wish we could get hyacinths. I love the hyacinths. I think they're my favorite type of flower in the game. What did you guys get for your flowers on your islands? I think I've definitely gotten mums the most. Out of all the islands that I've had playing the game, I feel like mums has been probably the most common. I think maybe once I did get pansies for my very, very first island, and it's pretty much been mums after that. My husband got roses once, which was really awesome. I was very jealous of that when he got roses. But other than that, I feel like mums has been pretty common. So we'll see. We'll have to take a peek back there and see what we got. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get some apples. Tom, a little bit bossy there, buddy. I guess he is always kind of bossy. That shouldn't surprise me. Grab a couple apples. I love these apples. I feel like they're the perfect fruit to get for a fall island, honestly. That's something in the area where I live. We have a lot of apple orchards. It's like the predominant fruit as far as like agriculture goes in the area where I live. I live in the Midwest, and that's like the thing to do in the fall. There's a lot of apple picking and apple orchards and apple cider. Like that's the thing to do here in the Midwest, like when it's fall time. So I was actually pleasantly surprised to get apples this time. We're gonna give him our apples, and hopefully we can get a sneak peek of what flower we have. Ooh, I'm so excited. Let's see what we have going on here for this bonfire. We need to come up with a clever name. I'm thinking something fall-like, and guys, I've been thinking for a long time if we want to drop the bell on the last name for the part of the island. It's always just been a thing. I feel like it's just been part of like keeping it consistent. All of my islands, I guess it's been a way to keep them recognizable within the community, to always have Belle at the end. I don't know, it's a quirky little thing. So we might stick with that. I also feel like it's kind of important to me too when picking an island name. I try to pick something neutral because I do tend to kind of go back and forth when I make an island. I never quite know when I create it if I'm going to keep it permanently or if I'm going to restart it. Now obviously if you're going with a very specific theme, it can be great to pick a specific name to go with that theme. But if you're a person that likes to level your island and redo it, it can be nice to have sort of a more of a broad name that you can reuse again, that maybe would go with a few different themes. So in that case, I think we're going to go with Maple Bell. I really like this name because I think it's really great for fall. It's cute, it's fun, and it kind of gives me the options. So that way, since we are restarting for this island, it gives us the option so that later on down the road, if we decide not to completely restart Maple Bell, it gives us the option to be able to reuse the name Maple Bell for maybe a different style fall island in the future, which I really like that flexibility since we aren't able to really redo the name of the island later on if we decide to flatten it. So no shocker, everyone votes, and they're going to pick Maple Bell. Little did you guys know, I did go ahead and pay everybody off to choose the name. But anyways, we're going to go with Maple Bell, and I'll go ahead and share with you guys. I'm super excited because the theme we're going to go for on this island, we're going to do a fall cottagecore overgrown style island. Now this is more natural than what I usually do on the channel. I tend to do a lot of city core style islands. There's for sure going to be a lot of building type style builds incorporated into this island because I love doing faux buildings. That's sort of something I very much enjoy in this game. We're just going to do a twist on it. What really inspired this theme for me was thinking back to when I was a little girl. I was very, very close to my grandmother. She taught me how to sew. My husband and I also collect antiques. It's something that's been really important to us, and our house is filled with lots of different antique style furniture, lots of different industrial style farm repurposed things, and it's just something that's really been important to me. And so my thought was to create a style island that is sort of like a cottage core set in the forest. So we're gonna have lots of cute little forest type creatures wandering around for villagers. I wanted to kind of create the style of an old, dilapidated, abandoned cottagecore style forest that used to be a city that was sort of left to the forest creatures. But the idea was I wanted to kind of create an island that was like an old antique style city that was left to the forest creatures. That was sort of the idea behind it, and I think it's going to be really fun. I want to create a different style of building, lots of different dilapidated old factories, lots of different old style antique furniture and buildings that have sort of been overgrown, inundated with trees. and we can sort of incorporate a little bit of cottagecore to kind of create the look that the forest creatures have sort of moved in and created their own little city within this old abandoned city that the people have sort of left behind. So that's kind of the idea behind it, and it's just, like I said, something that meant something to me. My grandmother grew up in a pioneer type of setting in the state where I grew up in, and visiting some of the homestead property where she grew up just always reminded me, like, visiting the old place where she lived. They literally just left everything as it was, and seeing how nature sort of takes over and finds a way to survive amidst all of the different changes in life was very fascinating to me. And so that's kind of the idea behind it. So I hope you enjoy this new series. I hope it's something that will bring you some inspiration. I'm really excited to share all of the new build ideas with you guys. And like I said, always looking forward to new ideas and builds. And whatever you would like to see on the channel, I do aim to please. So let me know in the comments what you enjoy most on the channel, whether it be build videos, villager hunts. Of course, we're going to be doing more subscriber island tours coming up here on the channel soon, so I'm really looking forward to that. Once again, you can find me on Instagram at Peppy Crossing Play, and if you like this type of content, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Alright guys, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Wishing y'all an amazing day. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one.